This is the Montreal Forum, home of the mighty Canadiens, a team rich with a history of winning. It is a professional hockey arena where legendary names like Rocket Richard and Jean Beliveau have played. But now it is the world champion Czechoslovakia and the fresh young Soviets with a lot to prove.
À l'avant, forward, the numéro 9, number 9, Victor Stanimov. Le numéro 10, number 10, Alexander Malstek. Le numéro 19, number 19, Helmut Balburi.
Changement de décor, et nous sommes à Montréal. Les Tchécoslovaques.
And Shalamov unable to control it. Dante to Novi over the line. On the left side, Augusta moves in on it. He overskated it. Now they try to clear it in front of the net. That fails to work. And a quick shot there taken by Novi. And Krejcik very quickly makes the save. And very early in this game, we're already seeing a pro-Czechoslovakian crowd here at the Montreal Forum.
They certainly are, and Czechoslovakia is responding. They're putting the pressure on right off the bat. Novi had a good opportunity right there, and the puck slid a little, rolled, and the shot away he wanted.
Face off to the right of Krejcik. Halenka trying to get it back to Holek. That was intercepted. Out of his own end comes Alexandrov, only to be checked by Halenka. Halenka, a rink-wide pass. Bubla moves it up the boards. Chasing after it there is Stastny, but getting back to cover up is Lutsenko. He feeds it along the board. Holek tries to get it in front. And that pass missed, and Gusev is behind his own net. Gusev feeding it along the boards. It crosses the blue line to center ice. Holek going after it along with Mikulov. And the puck is cleared to Bubla on the far side. Bubla up to center ice. It goes by everyone. And it's called on the icing as it crosses the goal line deep in the Soviet zone. It'll come back for a face-off.
Bubla moving up by boards. You can see the pressure they want. He moved up and took a good run at Alexandrov and certainly snapped his head a little. He's going to be watching for him in the future.
You see Marian Stastny there, one of two brothers, actually the oldest of a family of players, 5 brothers. And Marian, age 23, a veteran of the Czechoslovak team. Face-off, and they'll try it all over again. It's Repnev, and he is chased out of the face-off circle now, and Lebedev will move in to face-off against the veteran Halenka. As from the face-off, Keuchel behind his own net. Keuchel off the boards on the far side. Stastny misses the pass. Halenka picks it up outside the blue line. Rink wide for Yuri Holek. Holek clearing it in. Krejcik out of his net. It goes by him. Krejcik loses his stick. The puck is loose. Out to the blue line it comes. It's Bubla there. He feeds it into the corner, and Stastny missed that one. Halenka goes after it. Now to Holek. Holek to Stastny, and that pass was wide. And coming out of his own end now for the Soviet Union is Repnev to Lebedev. He's over the line. Repnev got in too quickly on the right-hand side. And it'll be called for a face-off.
Dangerous play. Krejcik going out to stop the puck behind the net. He missed the puck, lost his stick, and Czechoslovakia almost took advantage of a big error.
I think you're familiar with that sort of thing. He played the Soviet Union, and Chico Resch broke his stick, cost him the winning goal of a hockey game back in the Super Series last winter. Play underway as a rink-wide pass. They try to get it over the line. Dvorak started that play. It ended up offside, and we'll have a face-off outside the Soviet line now. We played 1:58. Here in the first period, it is scoreless between the Soviet Union and Czechoslovakia. And the line now for Czechoslovakia has Novak out there along with Stastny and Martinets. Final score in a game played at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. Sweden defeating the United States by a score of 5-2. From the face-off, Shalamov trying to control it inside his own blue line. It goes to the far board, picked up by Belya Letonov. He clears it to the line. Foster still keeping it in, but then it's cleared down into the Czechoslovakian zone. Dvorak is back to pick it up. Dvorak. Penalty has been called to the Soviet Union here. One we missed on the play as Novak clears it in. Martinets, as the slashing penalty is called against Repnev. And the faceoff now will come out in the center ice area. Now a little bumping going on there. I think accidental between Yussi Novak and number 6 for the Soviet Union. That was Vasilyev. It's from the faceoff. Dvorak has it at center ice, drops it back to Pospisil. Pospisil circling inside his own blue line. Now starting out ahead for Martinez, who was very quick, but he just could not control that pass. And now inside the Soviet blue line, Yussi Novak, and he had trouble controlling it. It's coming out of his own end now is Shalamov for the Soviet Union. To Baltsev. Baltsev trying to get by Dvorak. Dvorak goes to the boards behind the net. And And there he leaves it for Pospisil. Pospisil trying to get it out of his own end. Vasiliev takes a quick shot. That was cleared off into the corner. Augusta. Augusta for the Czechoslovakian team. To center ice. Augusta hits the line, flips it in. Loved by Tretiak. He leaves it at the side of the net for Maltsev, and Maltsev clears it down the ice. 49 seconds remaining in the penalty. And back to get it. Akac. Akac for Pospisil, the captain of the Czechoslovakian team. Pospisil to Novi over the line. Novi tried to make a good move there on Gusev. That failed to work. Now they clear it. Gusev band on it. Now here come the Soviets to center ice. Carrying the puck, it is Mikulov, and he hits the line offside, breaking too quickly on the left-hand side with Gusev.
Great opportunity there for Czechoslovakia. Augusta just missing the puck through his legs, and whether you notice here or not, after he misses the pass, he gives the Tretiak a little push right there. He punched him in the chin, and I think that was just a little tap to let him know how they all feel.
Standing around that crease. 25 seconds remaining in the penalty to Repnev. Is from the face-off now. It's Pospisil. Pospisil leading the rush as he hits his own line. Pospisil just crossing center ice, shoots it in. The puck bounces out in front of that net. Augusta was breaking in, but it was cleared away there by the Soviet defense. Now over to the far side. Here's a shot, and that one just went wide. Holacek getting that one away. Now comes to the blue line. Pospisil trying to clear it in front, and just off the skate of Gusev, and it went by Stastny, who's standing on the far side of the net. Now over the line for the Soviet Union. It's Repnev. He tried to get a shot away, and Pospisil covers up. Pospisil along the boards, trying to get it to Stastny. He loses control of that. It is Mikulov trying to get it away. There's a great save on the part of Holacek as he went down. Repnev has the puck inside the zone. His shot is wide. And the puck comes to this side. Luchenko. Luchenko moving it into the corner. There he's checked by Pospisil, and they hold it, and we'll have another face-off. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Face-off will be to the left of Holacek, the Czechoslovakian goaltender. Alenka facing off against Repnev. It comes back to Holacek, who guides it behind the net for Keitel. Keitel off the boards to center ice, knocked down out there by Krikanov. Krikanov loses to Halenka. Halenka is over the line. There's going to be a penalty here as Halenka goes deep in the zone. Delayed whistle. Lebedev picks it up. The whistle goes. The Soviet Union will pick up their second penalty. Bruce Hood, the referee. And going off the ice for the Soviet Union, it is Repnev. And now we're going to get a chance to look at this one, Eddie.
Yep, they get two shots at him here. They've got him held there in one position. Repnev, the original penalty, and then right in behind him. After he gets behind the net here, you see that Krikanov took another shot at him and knocked him down.
There's Keitel with a shot on the Soviet net. Alenka goes into the corner. Lebedev tries to come out with it. Having trouble against Holak and Alenka. Holak gets it back to the blue line. Keitel along the line, drops it over to Holak. Holak moving in, trying to set up the box now. Here it is. Holak gets it back again from Keitel. Holak still with it. There goes the man breaking for the net, and he passed it right by him. He could not knock it down. That was Bubla moving in. Behind the net, Stastny. Stastny is belted out of the play, and trying to clear it out there for the Soviet Union was Lebedev. Keitel keeping it in at the blue line, clearing it behind the net. Marian Stastny tried to get it out in front. Lebedev stops. Stastny gets it. Holak has it. Holak to Keitel. Keitel back to Holak. And they're setting up that play. Here's Keitel, back to Holak. Holak trying to find a man open. Holak still. Now back to Keitel. Keitel playing one side here, back to Holak. Now in front, all around, and it looks like they shoot again. And Stastny got a shot away. No, it went off the leg. A wide open net, and it seemed to get a leg, and finally it's cleared down the ice. Bubla back to get it in his own end. We have 24 seconds remaining in the penalty as it's cleared out to center ice. Vasiliev knocks it down. Billy Letsanov to Lebedev on the far side to Billy Letsanov. Stastny now at center ice to Keitel. Keitel turning, goes in over the line. Keitel trying to get in front of the net. He does. Looks it past Tretiak. He got his glove on it. Now it's out to the blue line. There's a shot taken by Bubla. The boards on this side. Stastny trying to find a man out in front. Keuchel ends up with it at the blue line. Shooting it in. Vasiliev knocking it down, and it's cleared down the ice once again with 7 seconds left in the penalty. Czechoslovakia have been impressive on this power play, although they have not been shooting. They've controlled the puck well. As the puck comes under center ice, here's Stastny over the line. Stastny dropping it back. Martinez shot, and it's over top of the net. Out of the far boards, it's clear to center ice. Balderas has it, and he tries to rush by Dvorak, and Balderas is hit twice. This time by Stastny. They clear it in front of the net. And Holacek made a good save, and as the Czechoslovakian team picked it up, it is whistled down, and there's going to be a penalty. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. All right, we're going to get a look at that penalty now.
There was no doubt about the penalty. He was right after him, pushing along the boards, and then he just grabs him right around the neck with a big bear hug. And of course, Bruce Hood standing close by, he made no mistake on getting that one.
Face off, and very quickly the Soviets on the attack as the puck goes to the boards. Kalupa, and digging it out of there is Maltsev. Maltsev trying to clear it around the net. It comes back to Vasiliev against the boards. He shoots it around behind the net. Kalupa has it for Czechoslovakia, and with the point wide open, Gusev was out of position. It goes all the way down the ice. Krejcik out of his net and leaving it for Gusev. Gusev. Shalamov can't get it out. Here's Kalupa's shot, and that one is wide of the net. Now Dvorak moving in. To the far corner, Maltsev against the boards, clearing it rink wide. Balderas for the Soviet Union, this fine young rookie. Balderas over the line, just inside the line, and he is checked, and the puck comes back out. Good check there by Martinet. Out center ice, Balderas once again, passing over, trying to get it to Maltsev. He's checked on the play. Gusev couldn't control it. Here comes Augusto over the line. Augusto going to his backhand, and that rolled off the end of his stick, and he is belted against the boards. A little shoving going on there. As Shalamov leads the rush. Shalamov passing over the line to Balderas, and he passed it right back out over the line. Soviets not looking as good as they have in their power play. It's over the line now for the Soviets. Maltsev cleared along the board. Balderas rink wide and hops over the stick of Vasiliev, and they'll have to regroup. Vasiliev over the line. And Alexandrov trying to get in. He's checked on the play. Novi covers up and shoots it right back into the Soviet zone. 30 seconds remaining in the penalty. 11:25 remaining in this first period, and it is scoreless. Vasiliev to center ice. For the Soviets, it's Shlukov. Shlukov over the line. Alexandrov couldn't reach that pass, and Vasiliev has to turn with it at center ice. Vasiliev circling back into his own end to Vikulov. Vikulov to Shlukov. Shlukov is over the line. Shlukov working for the net, being checked by Novi, and Novi comes up with the puck only to be checked there by Alexandrov. Vasiliev at the blue line, and he is checked by Makats, and the puck comes to center ice and is cleared back into the Soviet zone. The teams are at full strength. Back in his own end, that's Luchenko. Luchenko up the right side. To center ice, Luchenko ahead. Shlukov over the line. Shlukov in front of the net. 2-on-1 against Stan, and they rolled it through the crease. Alexandrov couldn't get in deep enough. Now Czechoslovakia to the blue line. They get it out. Stastny having trouble against the checking there of Shlukov, and the puck is cleared back in again. Alexandrov going deep for it. Shlukov past Alexandrov behind the net. That's Vikulov. He tries to clear it in front. Czechoslovakia doing a good job of checking here as Novi comes back. Novi over the line. Stastny is shot, and it's gloved by Krejcik, and he leaves it for Krikonov. Krikonov clearing it to center ice. Knocked down out there for Czechoslovakia by Bubla, and he shoots it back into the Soviet zone. Luchenko to Repnev. Repnev circling. Lebedev. Kapustin. Kapustin back in his own end. This game has been featured by a dearth of whistles. They've played 10 minutes of hockey and actual 15 minutes of clock time. Hollick now. Hollick at center ice. Stastny ahead for Peter Stastny, and he couldn't control it. Repnev over to the far side for the Soviet Union. Vasiliev. Vasiliev out to center ice. Over the line now for the Soviets. They take a shot. It's loose from the crease, and Holacek made the save, and the puck just rolled wide. Covering up very alertly was Yuri Bubla. Here comes Stastny. His shot right on. Look back in front. Down goes Krejcik. He did not know where the puck was, and there'll be an interference penalty as we saw Belisov Belisov go down, not Belisov, but Stastny go down in front of that net. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV.
Great end-to-end action here. Great save. We didn't see the one at both ends. Look at the goaltender, couldn't find the puck.
We did not see the penalty, but off on the penalty now for the Soviet Union is Sergei Babanov. There you see him. The interference call, Dvorak has it. Dvorak against the boards. Gets the puck again. Here's Dvorak. Shot. They deflect it right on. Great save. It's just wide. And there's going to be a holding penalty. And Stastny, I believe, for Czechoslovakia. And Eddie, that is a no-no.
What a shame. They had them on the run. An offensive penalty. A holding penalty.
All right, here's a chance to see not only the good opportunity, but perhaps the penalty.
A lot of action here. Great save.
Great save there. Perhaps more luck than anything else, Eddie. And then
the holding penalty is just over to the right side of the screen, just barely visible at one point. But he had a hold of him, and Bruce Hood again right on top of it.
Now we're back to live action as Dvorak comes over the line. Dvorak working to the corner. He is belted in there by Vasiliev. Puck is still loose. Dvorak going after it. And moving into pocket free is Maltsev. Behind the net now. Starting out is Vasiliev. He's forced to circle back as he's forechecked. Rink wide for Billy Letunov. He turns. Billy Letunov showing a fair number of moves here as he clears it up ice. They're trying for that big break. Maltsev just couldn't get that pass, and Billy Letunov gets it again to Vasiliev. Over for Maltsev. Maltsev, the team captain for the Soviets. Now up to center ice for Shalamov. Shalamov is belted as he hit the line by Kalupa. Martinet's backhanding the puck out to center ice, and Billy Letunov is set to the ice. Novak to Dvorak. And they clear it rink wide. Back into the Soviet zone, Vasiliev. We've had only 9 whistles in this game. There's only been 1 icing and 2 offsides, and we've already played 12 minutes.
It is Czechoslovakia that scores first, however, when Milan Novi takes the puck at his own zone. The pass to defenseman Predicek Pospisil, and back to Novi for the goal. Czechoslovakia is ahead 1-0. Here it is on the replay. Novi in his own zone, across to Pospisil, back to Novi, a shot, rebound, goal, Czechoslovakia.
Top of it.
This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV.
Number 7 from East for Fiji at 12 minutes 9 seconds.
Czechoslovakia leading 1-0. Milan Novi, 3-time goal-scoring champion in the Czechoslovakian A-League, has scored the first goal of this game, and play is back underway. Augusta working to the line. His pass intercepted. The puck rolls back. Luchenko is checked. And it's Gusev who'll try. He sends it out to center ice. Bikulov is checked from behind. They clear it to the blue line. Shlukov couldn't control it. Bikulov moving back. He's checked by Novi. Novi goes over the line, and he is pulled down by Bikulov. And the puck is out at center ice where Shlukov has it. Shlukov over the line. His pass intercepted by Yuri Holek to Makac. Makac against the boards on the far side. Out to center ice. Gusev sending it back, and Alexandrov, one of the smallest players in this tournament, unable to get loose as Stastny goes over the line. Stastny with his brother in front of the net, and he was unable to get the pass. And starting out is Gusev. Gusev out to center ice for Alexandrov. Over the line. Here's a shot that's wide of the net, taken by Bikulov. Against the boards on this side, the Soviets. Unable to control it, Stastny gets it. Over for Marian Stastny to Yuri Holek. Holek getting set, trying to set up Stastny in front. He gets the puck again. Out in front, Makac tried a shot that was wide of the net. Now Luchenko. They jam against the boards, and it's held in there for a face-off.
Great opportunity again by the Czechoslovakians. Makac moved in from the point, much like a Bobby Orr move you'd see in Canada, and they made a nice play to him. His shot was a little off the mark, but they're playing aggressive. The passing is extremely well, and the play very fast.
Lots of action here in this game between Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union. The Czechoslovakians lead 1-0. It's coming out of his own end now. It's Repnev at center ice. His pass for Kapustin over the line. Lebedev giving it to Kapustin, and the shot is blocked by Bubla. Behind the net, Kapustin gets it again. Out in front, and a great defensive play there by Keichel. Out to the blue line. Here's the shot by Krikov. Rebound! Great play to loose. Kapustin trying to get it. Here's Lebedev taking a shot, and that was blocked by the defense. Keuchel, 2 good saves in the area inside the blue line. And Stastny comes out of his own end. Marian Stastny gets the pass. Stastny shooting in the post. Raised the outside of the post. Puck comes up to center ice. Lebedev. Lebedev to Repnev over to the far side. It's Kapustin. Kapustin back to the blue line. Babanov shot deflected right in front of it. It is Holacek, and I believe we'll have a penalty here.
Yeah, definite tripping penalty.
This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. All right, we're all set to go on the bench there. The veteran Halenka, tallest member of the team, from Litvinov in the Czechoslovakian A-League. Face-off deep in the Czechoslovakian zone. Soviets on the power play. It's from the face-off. The puck goes to the area in front of the net, and Martinez clears it to center ice. Vasilyev to Balderas. Balderas dropping it back into the Soviet zone, but couldn't control it. Balderas gets it back deep in his own end. For Belyaletino. Over to Vasilyev. Vasilyev working it out to center ice. The pass for Shalamov. Shalamov over to the far board. Balderas couldn't get it, and it's offside. The telecast of this game is presented solely for the interest of our viewers under copyright of Canada Cup of Hockey 76. Any use of this telecast without the express consent of Canada Cup of Hockey 76 is prohibited. Czechoslovakia leading by a score of 1-0. Novi has the goal at 12:09 from Pospisil. And Czechoslovakia now playing a man short, and they will be for the next minute and 30 seconds, barring a score by the Soviets. From the face-off, puck is in the center ice area. Maltsev over to Balderas. He's over the line, and he is checked nicely by Makats. The puck comes out over the line, and Belyaletino brought it in offside, and we'll have another face-off.
Early in the first period, Ron, Halenka was injured. I saw him go off with his left leg looking quite sore. I see he came back to the bench, and I haven't seen him back on the ice yet, but I was wondering whether or not he was hurt that bad.
Face-off outside the blue line. The puck is dropped back into the Czechoslovakian zone. Makats clearing it. Right, here comes Obi all along, getting set in front of it. He shoots, and it's Tretiak with a fine save on that one.
Well, this is why they tout him as being such a great goaltender. He stood up to hit some of the greatest shots we could ever see. He's made every kind of save from glove, stick, and foot. And here again, he shuts him out. Novi, a great scorer in there all alone, and he played him just right. He never moved. He made the Czechoslovakian player. Here he goes in on the left side to make his move, and he's got him. Had nowhere to go. He shut him right off.
Play back underway, and it's Viktilov at center ice. Had it caught up in his skates, comes over the line. Pospisil sending it back out to center ice. Number 2 for the Soviets is Gusev. Gusev back to Shlupkov. Shlupkov over to Luchenko. Luchenko at center ice, and getting belted out of the play there was Alexandrov, number 11, and down on the puck is Makats.
One of the little secrets that the Soviet Union often used in their games was they changed sweaters, and it's going to be very difficult for them tonight with the names on the back.
Did that the other night in the game against the United States. Game the Soviets barely won by a score of 5-4, a rough, tough hockey game. On the face-off, number 2 Gusev dropping it over for Luchenko. Luchenko to Viktilov. To the far boards, Alexandrov. Alexandrov, Gusev. Gusev over the line. Gusev now working to the side of the net. Takes a shot on the short side. Holacek covers up, and we'll have a face-off. Shots on goal at this stage. Czechoslovakia has the edge by a 10-8 margin, and both goaltenders have had to come up. There's Yuri Holacek from Sparta Prague of the Czechoslovakian League, an all-star in the World Championships in 71, 72, and 73. It's from the face-off. Going behind the net is Viktilov again. Holacek shut him off. Gusev at the blue line of Viktilov at the side of the net. Alexandrov trying to get the backhand shot away, and dumping him was Keuchel, and the Czechoslovaks come out of their own end. Holak is over the line. 8 seconds left in the penalty as Keuchel gets the shot away. Good wrist shot, and gloving that one was Tretiak, and he holds it to the face-off.
At the other end, you know, Holacek has been just fantastic. He's probably made 6 great saves so far, Ron, and he's lived up to his name. The other night in the game against Canada, they scored at least 3 goals right between his legs, and I noticed in the warm-ups they were marking a couple in there also, but they haven't been able to dent them so far.
Lebedev from the face-off, back to number 4, Babinov. Babinov out to Lebedev. Lebedev down the right side, in over the line, and as he hit the line, it was poked off the end of his stick by Keuchel, and the puck is back out at center ice. Teams at even strength now as Holek hits the line. Holek over the line as he was checked there by Babinov. Puck is cleared to the blue line, kept in by Bubla, but then it cleared out to center ice. Going in now is Kapustin. Kapustin shooting, and a glove save by Holacek. Along the boards, out to the blue line, Babinov keeping it in. He put it onto Holek's stick. Holek is on his way out of his own end. Holek over the line. They clear it in front of the net, and Repnev, number 24 for the Soviet Union, intercepts. Clears it out to center ice. Kapustin. Kapustin over the line. Tried to flip it in front of the net. Breaking in there was Trikonov, but he just could not control the puck and ended up behind the net. Bubla moving in to make a check. And a tangle back there. Players getting bottled up. Here's Repnev with a shot. He's wide of the net on that. It rolls onto the side of the netting and is whistled down for that.
Just a moment ago, Trejcek made another one of his nice glove saves, and I think he's getting a little upset with his players in front of him. He threw that puck with some distaste over into the corner. Looks like he's trying to tell his teammates something.
Giddy Holacek has been a big man in this game. We mentioned he pulled himself out of the game against Canada on Monday night, the exhibition game, after he had been beaten 3 quick goals early on. Vasiliev, number 6 for the Soviet Union, puts it to center ice. Dvorak comes right back in over the line, and Vasiliev clears it right back out again. Martinez dropping it back for Kalupa. He sends it in to Bilyaletdinov of the Soviet Union. Cleared right back out to center ice. Dvorak off the boards for Martinez. Martinez got in over the line. I think Giddy Novak was trapped in there, and that was the reason for the offside call by Matt Pavlich. As we mentioned, Bruce Hood, the referee, Matt Pavlich, and Bob Luther, all of the NHL. We've had a total of 3 offsides in this game, so they're rare. Vasiliev to Maltsev. The veterans of the Soviet team, gets it out to center ice. Kalupa right back in again. He goes in after it along with Vasiliev, who picks it up behind his own net for the Soviets. Out to Kalupa. He keeps it in. Good effort by Kalupa to keep that one inside the blue line. Clears it in front of the net. And a good play there by Vasiliev to knock it down and send it back out. Here's Balderas with that great speed. He goes into the corner. Balderas around the net for Maltsev. Maltsev stops in the corner. He goes down. And the puck is cleared again behind the net, picked up by Martinez. Martinez along the board, sends it down the ice. Icing likely the call here, and as it crosses the line, they call it, and it'll come back for a face-off.
Might pass on. We mentioned about the refereeing being all from the NHL, and it is our understanding after a long and heated discussion this afternoon amongst all the officials of the series. They finally come up with this particular arrangement. We haven't got any more information this time on it, but we understand that to be true.
On the face-off, out to the blue line it comes. Shlukov keeping it in, and Vikulov with Alexandrov away out of position. He flipped it blindly over to the far side. It ends up back at center ice as the Czechoslovakians clear it away. Now turning with it and sending it out past Alexandrov. That could have been dangerous. Czechoslovakia trying to get it out. Novi moving in. He's been one of the offensive stars of this game. Gusev at center ice for the Soviets to Alexandrov. Alexandrov to Vikulov. Picked it off. Unable to control it. Now cleared over the line. Less than a minute remaining now in the first period. Czechoslovakia leading by a score of 1-0 on a goal by Milan Novi. That little sloppy play by Martinez inside.
Les Tchécoslovaques continuent d'assumer l'initiative. Augusta, ce 1 à Tretiak et Pospisil lance une rondelle libre dans le filet des Russes. Tretiak proteste, mais l'arbitre Bruce Hood est immuable. Le point est enregistré et les Tchécoslovaques mènent 2-0. Les puissants soviétiques n'abandonnent pas pour autant. Et leur capitaine, Alexander Maltsev, profite d'une maladresse dans le jeu de puissance de l'adversaire et marque un but avec un joueur en moins de son côté. La marge à l'avantage des Tchécoslovaques n'est plus que d'1 point. Mais bientôt, Novi...
After it there is at 6 minutes. All right, from the face-off now with the Soviets on the power play. Gusev clearing it in behind the net. Lebedev Circling into the corner, back out to the blue line, having trouble controlling it out there with Luchenko. He got it over to Gusev. Here's the shot. He faked it. Dvorak went down in front of it and blocked it, but it's still loose against the boards. Now Repnev, and he's belted out of the play. Lots of action along the boards. It's cleared out to center ice, and Gusev goes back for it as Tretiak leaves it for him. Gusev overskating it, gains possession. Kapustin. Kapustin over the line, his shot, and Dvorak loose and ball, and it's way out of the net. Just Polacek to make the good save, and it's cleared away by the defense. Polacek all over the ice and defending his goal. Lebedev to Luchenko. Back to Lebedev as he hits the line. He is dumped by Augusta. Czechoslovakia comes back. Over the line, Augusta. Going behind the net, checked by Gusev. Maintains possession as he loses his glove and is pinned against the boards. And the face-off will take place.
Great move by Holacek. Soviets had a breakaway. It was a race for the puck. And Holacek again showed his great speed, racing out of the net. Great stick handling. Great play right through the middle.
Down he goes. Good check by Augusta at that blue line. That led to the rush by Czechoslovakia, despite the fact they're playing a man short at the moment. Scramble for it after the face-off. Billy Letonov gets it back into his own zone. Vasilyev will carry it behind the net as Nobe is in there forechecking. And what a two-way player he has been in this hockey game. Very well-rounded player. Good offensive player, certainly, as Nobe relays it back into the Soviet zone. Milan Nobe, number 6. Maltsev now starting out for the Soviet Union. A good move on Nobe as he gets back. Maltsev's over the line, gives it to Balderas. Balderas now over to Bilyanetonov. Over to the far side, Vasilyev. Into the corner. That's Shalamov. Shalamov looking for the open man. Out to Vasilyev. And it got by him. Breaking out is Nobe. And the Czechoslovaks are back over the line. There's Nobe's shot. A screen shot as Pospisil moves in. Into the corner. Vasilyev. Vasilyev checked off the puck. Here's it off to the side. Maltsev. Makach for Czechoslovakia. Number 4. Passing ahead. That's Pollock. Pollock is over the line trying to get it over the far side for Makach. That failed to work. Alenka has it. Teams are at even strength now. Alenka digs behind the net. Being checked by Vasilyev. Clears it out in front. There was nobody there. Makach, number 4 at the blue line. Takes the shot. That's off the stick of Shalamov. Behind the net, into the netting. And it's called for another face-off. 2-1 to score. Czechoslovakia leading the Soviet Union. We played 8 minutes and 25 seconds here in the second period.
Halenka, who went off earlier with the left leg somewhat sore and showing it quite plainly, seems to be skating well again. He's been a good player for them, and certainly I'm glad that he's back as far as the Czechoslovakians are concerned. He's big, he's strong, and he covers a lot of ice.
Scored 92 goals in 165 international games for Czechoslovakia. He's the kind of fellow you just do not want to lose, especially in a game against the Soviet Union. Face-off will be to the left of the Soviet goal. Halenka facing off against Kovin. From the face-off, quick shot, another shot down on his knees is Tretiak, and he steers it into the corner. Augusta gets it back behind the net, puts it out in front, and it hopped over the stick of Halenka. Halenka around the net. Bubla takes a good hit in there by Belousov. Belousov throwing his weight around in this game. Now it's cleared out to center ice. Belousov over to Kovin. Kovin's over the line. Tried to get a shot away, and he banned on it. Bubla behind the net is loose out there. They try to get it set. The shot, and it blown wide. I think it went down off Keitel, who was down in front of that net. Bubla for Czechoslovakia. That long pass up the center ice for Halenka. His long shot gloved easily by Tretiak, and he leaves it. Around the net on the far side for Sportsov. Now back for Krikhinov. Krikhinov to Belousov at center ice for Repnev. Repnev over the line along with Keitel. Repnev goes behind the net. Keitel checking him. Repnev for the Soviet Union clears it out in front. And a good defensive move there as moving out was Bubla, and then Holacek steps out of his crease and covers up, and it'll be called for a face-off.
Great opportunity for the Soviet Union there a few minutes ago. 2 players down for Czechoslovakia. They had the puck almost 2 against the goaltender, and that slight hesitation that you sometimes want to make to be sure you've got the puck can be very costly.
Dvorak from the face-off, starting out of his own end for Czechoslovakia, and he is checked on the play. Kapustin tries to get it in front of the net, and he is ridden out of the play. As Czechoslovakia making use of some airtight checking here as Martin Netz clears it over the line. Stasny against the boards, loses it. Kapustin to Rybnev. He's checked on the play by Kalupa. Martin Netz clears it back in, and Stasny races after it along with Luchenko. Gets it before Stasny to Rybnev to Kapustin. Kapustin is over the line. Kapustin trying to get by Kalupa. Down they go. Lebedev poking it free. Now Stasny, number 12. To Kalupa in the corner. Out for Novak. Novak at center ice along with Martin Netz. He clears it over to the far side, intended for Dvorak, and that went right by him and Luchenko. For the Soviet Union, to Gusev. Gusev to Lebedev. Lebedev having trouble finding his skates, went down, maintained possession, then gave it to Luchenko over the line. That pass intended for Kapustin, knocked down by Kalupa. Rybnev goes down, and he crosses the line and goes over the penalty here. And again, Czechoslovakia will play a man short. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV.
At 10 minutes, 43 seconds.
Kalupa has picked up his second straight penalty for Czechoslovakia, and the second straight tripping penalty for him.
Could be a sign that the pace has been a little strong, and you get a little tired. Sometimes you reach out with that stick and try to do what you should do with your body.
Play underway, and Peter Stasny shoots it down into the Soviet end. Rolling puck, and it went right by Tretiak, and back to get it is Vasiliev. Vasiliev, number 6 for the Soviets. Out over his line. Good checking there on the part of Stasny. And they're forced to retreat once again. Vasiliev. Vasiliev having trouble controlling that puck as Augusta moved in. And then blindly threw it over to the far side. You don't see a Soviet do that very often. Shalamov getting the pass from Belya-Litvinov. Shalamov will start out. Leading the rush at center ice, getting some room to skate as he clears it over the line. Maltsev has it on the far board. Maltsev into the corner, trying to get set in front of that net. He has the only Soviet goal, and the puck is cleared down the ice, and looking it free was Makat, and Belya-Litvinov will go back. Soviets starting to organize. Vasiliev for Shalamov. Shalamov again getting some skating room as he hits center ice, hits the line, checked as he hit the line by Pospisil. Balderas picks up the loose puck. Balderas with a good move, shoots it, and it hopped over the net, off a stick. Comes back to the point. Belya-Litvinov over to the far side. Here's a shot. That went off a line, leg, and rolled wide of the net. As covering up on the play was Makat. Puck is cleared down the ice by Alenka for Czechoslovakia. And Vasiliev keeping his own end for the Soviet Union. And Alenka put the stick to him. A little bit of a dive there that got no sympathy from referee Bruce Hood. It was cleared back down again. Belya-Litvinov in the corner for Vasiliev. Vasiliev passing Belousov. Belousov to the far boards. Here's Kovin over the line now on the right side. Tried to drop it back for Soviets number 17, Sportsov, and that was poked free, and Alenka gets it down the ice again. The power play has not been looking very good for the Soviet Union in this game. The penalty has been killed. Alenka has it at center ice. His pass intended for Marian Stasny fails to work. Krikanov gets it in his own zone, clears it dangerously past Tretiak to the far side, and then they cut back in front again and drop the puck up. Here's a shot by Hollick. Hollick getting set in front of the net, and they just managed to bat it free. Oh, it's a very sloppy play inside the Soviet end. Belousov, Sportsov on the left side. Belousov moving in, and the puck comes back out to center ice. Krikanov to Kovin. Kovin having trouble against the close Czechoslovakian checking. Bubla backhands the puck back into the Soviet end. And back for the Soviets is Vasiliev. Vasiliev out to center ice for Kovin. He overskated the puck as he was heading for the bench in any case. Soviets will change on the fly. We played almost 14 minutes here in the second period. Czechoslovakia leading 2-1. Novak on the far side, clearing it to center ice. Krikanov just inside his own blue line. Czechoslovakia has a blanket over the Soviet Union right now. Martin Netz to Novak. Novak passing it over the line. Getting set is Stasny, and his shot. Now it's cleared out to center ice. Kapustin looking for the break, but the pass went right by him. It's called on the icing. And they'll come back down to the Soviet end for a face-off. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Well, we've had 10 power play opportunities, 5 each side in this game, and no power play goals. Ron Andrews keeping track of such things for us in tonight's game. It's been a good hockey game so far. Certainly lots of action against the far boards now. Czechoslovakia with that quick shot now. They try to golf it again back in front of that net. Martinet clearing it through the crease, and the Soviet Union now trying for that quick break. Kapustin golfing it into the Czechoslovakian zone. Holacek, he loses it. Kapustin right out in front, and the shot! Holacek was out of the net with his back to the play, just went wide. Martinet for Czechoslovakia. His pass intended for Novak was wide on the far boards. Kapustin ahead for Repnev. He tries to get over the line, and his pass knocked down. And coming right back now, Czechoslovakia. Martinez clearing to the far board, the open wing as Stastny was not in position. Martinez gets it again. Martinez trying to get over the line. Novak was trapped inside the blue line. So he sends it back. Dvorak overskated the puck, drops it over for Kalupa. Back to Dvorak. Dvorak at center ice. Novi had it roll off the end of his stick. Now Gusev. Lutsenko. Up the boards. That's Balderas. Balderas trying to get loose, gives to Gusev, and Gusev had it over to Kapustin and deflected into the crowd. We'll have another face-off.
Pospisil went off 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes almost now, holding himself in around the stomach. I thought maybe he'd been injured quite badly. They had a lot of attention for him when he got to the bench, and they were attending him for a good minute to a minute and a half, but I see he's back out there, so he must be ready to play.
Billy lets it off from the face-off. Takes it over to the far side. Vasiliev back to Billy Lethanov. Out to center ice. And here's Maltsev over the line. Maltsev trying to beat Pospisil as he did earlier in the game. This time he couldn't control the puck. He gets it in the corner again. Maltsev unable to reach that puck before Novi brings it out. Novi's over the line. Novi trying to get it over to the far side for Stastny. He does. Novi just was turned around on the play and was unable to relay that pass. Maltsev to the far boards. Vasiliev at center ice to Shalamov. Shalamov is over the line. Clears it in front of the net and is knocked down there by Makach. Makach at center ice. Stastny. Stastny over the line. Stastny dropping it for Novi. Here's Novi's shot, and that went off the stick. Novi goes in after it again. Soviet Union controlling the puck is Maltsev. He's certainly been the best for the Soviets as far as forwards are concerned in this hockey game. Back into the Czechoslovakian zone. Pospisil to Makach. Number 4 is Makach at center ice. Shooting it in. After it is Pospisil as he goes in deep. Battling against Vasiliev along the board. Stastny. This is Marian Stastny to a shot from the blue line. That one taken by Hollick. Now Stastny again. And it's pinned in there. And we'll have another face-off. I think just an indication of the technical excellence of this game. We've played almost 2 periods now, 3 minutes and 15 seconds short of that. Czechoslovakia has 3 icings, USSR just 1. There have only been 3 offsides in the game, 2 of them by Czechoslovakia.
I didn't think they'd be able to keep this kind of a pace up, but they certainly have, and there have been very few sags.
On the face-off now, it is Bubla. Bubla trying to work it out to center ice. Belisov. Belisov loses it. Now puck is over the line. Hollick trying to get it in front. Back to the point. Here's Bubla winding up. The shot is right on, and the loose puck in front of the net is cleared away by the defense. Now Hollick again. Hollick trying to get it in front. Alinka gets it in the corner. Alinka back to the point. Bubla has it there. Bubla taking a shot and reaching across the goal mouth with Alinka, but he couldn't halt the puck. Bubla gets it again. It goes right through the crease. Alinka on the far boards, battling along with Kobin. The puck is cleared to center ice. Over the line comes Belisov, and very quickly back to cover up for Czechoslovakia was Bubla. And now a pass right through the crease. Kobin couldn't put his stick to it. Alinka at center ice. Alinka with Stastny. Marian Stastny. Here's his shot right on the rebound with Alinka tied up in front of the net. Into the corner it goes. After it there, clear it in front. Again, they golf at it. Bubla Out to the point. This is Holenka. He takes a shot that's wide, and Babanov comes up with it for the Soviet Union. Babanov working his way out. We have 1:56 remaining in the second period. 2-1. Czechoslovakia is leading. Starting out from behind his own net is Holek. Holek at center ice. Holek along with Novak as he hits the line. Holek. Martinet's also moving in. He clears it in front of the net, and Novak was tied up. Here's the shot, and it just deflects away from Novak. Kapustin moving in after it. Number 8 is Kapustin on his way out of his own end to center ice. Over the line now for the Soviet Union. They try to clear it in front. And the Czechoslovakians on their way back now as Martinets gives it to Stastny. Stastny over the line. Stastny taking a shot. And Tretiak down on his knees to make that save. Into the corner they go. And Novak is pinned in there. Martinets put it in front of the net. Kapustin's play is pretty choppy right now, checking very, very close. Gusev at his own blue line. Less than a minute remaining now in the second period. There's a quick backhand shot. Very alert was Tretiak there. Luchenko on his way out to center ice. Martinets covers up there. Luchenko gets it again. Play has been between the blue lines. Right back in now is Stastny. Here's the shot. Good save. Rebound. And it's cleared away alertly by Luchenko. Repnev to Kapustin at center ice. Kapustin shooting it in. Holacek leaving it to Dvorak. Dvorak to the blue line. Stastny. Novi over the line. Novi trying to get set. Here's the shot. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. All right. Milan Novi has scored his second goal. He has been in all three for Czechoslovakia. The score is 3-1, and what a shot that one was.
Right in the lower left-hand corner run, and what a great time for the Czechoslovakians to score a goal.
Play is underway with only 19 seconds remaining in the period. Puck is loose as Augusta leaves it for Pospisil. Back over the line comes Stastny. Maltsev picking it up deep in his own end. Back to the far side now. The Soviets trying to organize. Shalamov out of his own end. He's number 9 for the Soviet Union as the siren goes to end the second period of play
For the Czechoslovakians.
Well, Milan Novi is out there to face off against Maltsev, the two stars, one for each team, and from the face-off against the far boards, Peter Stastny. And I believe he took a two-line pass there, and it'll come back for a face-off 4 or 5 feet inside the Czechoslovakian line. I'd remind you that a committee will be selecting the outstanding players in each of the Canada Cup 76 games for the Carling Awards. And this committee will also select the overall outstanding player of each team. And these individual outstanding players in the series will receive a Toyota Celica GT, which is quite an honor. From the face-off now, the puck comes to the Czechoslovakian goal. Holacek quickly covering up. And we've played 19 seconds here in the first half of the final period. Czechoslovakia leading 3-1. On the face-off, Augusta trying to get loose. Balderas picks up the puck. There's the shot. It's blocked very nicely at the defense, and Novi comes out of his own end. Novi to the line, along with Stastny. The pass is intended for Stastny. Went off his stick. It comes back in front of the net, and Shalamov coming back picks it up to Balderas. Balderas in over the line. Balderas making a good move, and it is rolled off the end of his stick. Behind the net, Balderas being checked by Keuchel. They go against the boards. On the boards, Kalilentinov unable to get free. Bublik goes back for it. Holacek covers up, and it's held for a face-off. Should be noted here that Czechoslovakia, 1972, and 1976, and they were overpowering in the 76 World Tournament as they won 9 games and tied 1. They beat the Soviet Union once and tied them in the final game to win the championship. On the face-off. Coming out of his own end is Keuchel. Keuchel leaving it for Stastny. Stastny over to Bubla, and he shoots it into the Soviet zone. Krikhanov behind his own net. Off the boards at center ice, Kobin. Kobin couldn't see Belousov in the center ice area. Stastny shoots it back in again. Tretiak is out of his net. Saves it for the defense. Babanov, and he nearly threw that puck away. Skvortsov gets it at center ice. Skvortsov over the line, and he takes a hit from Bubla and Keuchel and Holenka. Holenka up to Stastny. Halenka goes after it again, but the Soviets trying to maintain position, and Vikulov shoots it in. Halenka relaying it around the boards. Keitel, number 17 for Czechoslovakia, to Bubla. Bubla is chased out of the play. Stastny to Hollick. Hollick shooting it out to center ice, and back to get it in his own end is Babanov. Babanov with Halenka in forechecking. Babanov circling the net, starting out. Babanov to Belasov. Belasov, number 23, hits the line. Nice pass as he drops it off to Repniev, getting some room in front of the net, and he finally was ridden out of the play. And Hollick. Hollick at center ice. Forced to circle back, gives to Keitel. Keitel's played a good game on the defense for Czechoslovakia as he goes over the line. Keitel's getting a shot away, and it went off the stick of Krikenov and behind the net. Starting out of his own end now, that's Repniev at center ice. He's over the line into Czechoslovakian territory, takes the shot. Over top of the net, it comes all the way back down into the Soviet end. And Luchenko, no icing on this one. Luchenko, and again those Czechoslovakians in there forechecking. Novak. Novak certainly one of the best of the Czechoslovakians, and his forechecking pays off. There's Martinet's got a shot away. Now they try to clear it out in front again. That's Stastny in the corner, being checked there by Gusev. And coming around the net and on his way out now is Kapustin. Kapustin to Lebedev. Back to Kapustin, who had skated past the puck. Luchenko missed the pass. Here's Dvorak at center ice. Over to Novak. Novak over the line, getting on the backhand. His shot. And that is blocked by Tretiak. Behind the net. Novak. Gusev from the Soviets clears to the center ice. Dvorak. And here's Lebedev going in all alone. Lebedev getting set. He shoots, and he shoots on the backhand. Lebedev missed a golden opportunity. Here's Novi at center ice. Novi going in, and he's checked, and Lebedev comes back. Lebedev passing over to Repniev. Repniev is in over the line. His pass back intended for Lebedev is knocked down by Novi. He gives to Augusta. Augusta turning to Stastny. Stastny's over the line. The pass in front, and Novi was right there and couldn't put his stick to it. The Soviets on their way back, and it's a rink-wide pass. Balderas going in along. Balderas getting set. He scores! And the Soviets have closed it to 3-2. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. All right, the Soviet Union, the one thing that Czechoslovakia had to fear was that they had get a little sloppy, and that's what happened. They had two breakaways, and the Soviets managed to capitalize.
Made one mistake, and it cost them a goal.
Well, it's 3-2, and perhaps the pendulum is swinging a bit. We'll see if the pass over the line intended for Stastny is knocked down. Soviets starting back out again. Vasiliev. Vasiliev to the far board for Shalamov. Shalamov over the line. The shot is wide, and it bounces all the way back out to center ice, and Vasiliev will go backboard, and the Soviet is hurt. He's down on the ice in the far end. The whistle goes, and I believe that is Shalamov who got that shot away and then seemed to slide into the board.
I'm not sure, but I think he may have fallen into the boards against his stick. He's holding his stomach. He's down, now getting up slowly. Could have been the wind knocked out of him. He went in very heavy.
He was really flying when he came down the left wing there, got the shot away at a bad angle. Holacek had it covered well, and as he shot, he perhaps lost his balance. In any case, he is being helped to the Soviet bench. The Soviet dressing room is on this side of the ice, our side of the ice. And so apparently they feel he will be all right as soon as he regains his wind. And he now is apparently not much more discomfort than that, so I think we'll probably see him before long.
Czechoslovakia made the big mistake. They opened up quite a bit in that end-to-end rushing. They had a defenseman caught out of position.
Now play underway again. Martinez getting it out in front. He scores! Stastny! And very quickly, Czechoslovakia has gone back into a 2-goal lead. They have a 4-2 lead. That goal coming at the 4-minute, 33-second mark.
They can't take a rest at any time. Action very fast. Great play around the net. Fast hands.
Good job by Martinez to set that one up.
Datsy made no mistake. The puck came out immediately, didn't handle it, just shot the puck, went right in the top.
Stastny, number 12. That's Bohuslav Stastny, who is not a brother. There are two other brothers named Stastny as well. He is not part of that family. Stastny, by the way, I'm told, for the trivia seekers, means happy.
Well, he'd certainly be happy right now.
Babinoff behind his own net. Babinoff clearing it off to the far side. Clears it all the way down the ice. Holacek is out of his net, clears it to the far side. Martinet shooting it back. Going back for it is Babinoff. Well, the Soviet Union gets it out to the blue line. Novak loses to Kobin. The puck is loose in there, and Martinet's trying to get loose. Just couldn't get it caught up on his stick. Brikanov starting out for the Soviet Union, along with Schwartzov and Kobin. He clears it to the line. Kobin forced to retreat. His players were offside. Kobin shooting it in. Going back for it is Dvorak. Dvorak clearing to Novi. Novi will go behind the net. Number 6. One of the offensive stars of this game flips it out to center ice. It went right between Babinov's legs. Belasov. Belasov ahead. Kobin over the line for Augusta. Augusta for Czechoslovakia, getting it out again. Augusta, a very smart hockey player. Behind the net now, Schwartzov. 4-2, Czechoslovakia leading. We've played 4:09. At least we have 4:09 remaining in the first half of the third period. It's got a Soviet free again. Babinov trying to work it out. This Schwartzov. Schwartzov to get it away from him. Augusta turns. He's checked by Repnev and Babinov. Rink wide. Gusev back to Babinov. Number 4 in the corner. Clearing it ahead. Repnev at center. Stiem goes in. Called on the icing just as a cross.
No charge checking may be for you. Toronto Dominion. It pays to be a TD customer.
Czechoslovakia leading by 2 goals, and Ron Andrews informs us that this is the first time that either of these clubs in games against each other have had a 2-goal lead in Olympic or World Championship play. On the face-off, here's a chance for Stastny, and he golfed at it but missed it. Now it's kept in, relayed right to the net. It's loose in there. They try to kick at it. Stastny hitting it in front. Here's the shot by Alinka, and he shot wide. Back out in front again. And there's going to be a holding penalty going against the Soviet Union.
Lutsenko off to the side of the net. Had quite a hold on him. He obviously had to. The player was going to be wide open with the puck. In desperation, he reached out and grabbed him.
Soviet Union now will play a man short at a key part of the game. Here's a chance to see it here.
Great opportunity for 21. Kalinka again, just missing the lower left-hand corner on the exchange with the penalty occurring right off the corner of the net.
6:40 the time of the penalty. We're in the third period. Holding the call. Czechoslovakia will send Holak out there along with Halinka. Keitel on the defense. Bubla also working the blue line. Altsep will face off against Halinka. Back to Bubla. Back to Bubla again at the blue line. Now they feed it against the boards. Halinka behind the net, trying to set up something. A man loose in front of that net if they can, but Babinov got that one away from Stastny. And the puck is cleared down the ice. Keitel will go back as Holacek leaves it for him. Balderas in for checking. Riding out for Czechoslovakia, that's Bubla. Through Halinka, way offside on the right side was Stastny.
He certainly had a head of steam down that right wing and looking for the puck. An opportunity to break for the net. He had his defending back checker beaten by a stride.
We have 2:50 left in the first half of this third period. Then they'll change ends under international rules, and both Novak and Maltsev chased out of the circle now. Balderas will face off against Martinets. On the face-off, Kalupa gets it back to Martinets. Turning. Now comes Martinets. He can fly, shoots it in. The puck wide of the net. Maltsev goes in after it. He backhands it around the net to this side, coming out to the point where Kalupa keeps it in and went off a leg. And still loose in there. Martinets tries to get set and then fed it over to Dvorak on the far side. Dvorak around the net. Martinets knocking it down. Brikanov in there checking. Martinets Still with the puck. Good job as he clears it out to the blue line. Here's Dvorak over to Kalupa. Kalupa saved, and a good save. A sliding save there by Babinoff. Now Martinet right out. And Stastny had a chance, and he deflected it wide. Against the boards. They try to pin it in there. The player down. Novak, a little pushing and shoving between Stastny and Babinoff. And now Meyerhoff moves in, the team captain. Not see that.
Didn't just come in to separate. Having early in the game, they settled down a little bit in the second period.
Sliding puck here.
Great defensive move by Soviet defenseman.
That was the Soviet wings, only a 21-year-old. Looks like a fine prospect. Just wide rebound, and got a shot away, and it was sent. Kobin at center ice along with Belisov. Kobin hits the line. 27 seconds left in the penalty. To Luchenko. Novak out of his own end to center ice. Gideon Novak. In over to Gustav, pins it against the boards, and we'll have another face-off. 14 seconds left in the penalty.
Noticing the power play with so much like we would if we were at and the Soviets get it and clear it right out.
Augusta from the face-off to Pospisil at his own blue line. Pospisil moving up ice to Novi. Novi hits the line along with Augusta over to the far side. And Stastny clears it into the corner, then goes after it himself. Clears it out in front. Vasiliev clears it right to center ice. And the teams are at even strength as Luchenko comes out of the penalty box. Cleared to Augusta. Augusta tried to find Novi, and it went by him. Stastny moving in. Novi's all alone in front of that net. And Stastny just couldn't get the pass to him. Now in the corner. Stastny out in front. Novi shot it wide. Less than a minute remaining in the first half of the third period. Vasiliev out to center ice with a head of steam. Here Skvortsov tries to hit the line, and Makac took him out of the play. Skvortsov backhanding a pass to Belisov. Offside, as trapped in there was Kobin. And we'll have another face-off.
Play has certainly kept up, Ron. Both teams must be showing it soon. They've played everything all out for 2.5 periods almost. I can't see that Novi is tiring at all. He seems to be everywhere all the time. Martinek with them. Tireless hockey players working tremendously hard. And it certainly has to be warmed down on the ice level. And that should tell sooner or later. You can see their jerseys starting to get large perspiration spots on them, and that certainly is an idea as to how hard they're working and how warm it must be at ice level.
On the face-off now, they have trouble at the blue line. Repnev couldn't control it. Gusev has it at center ice to Kapustin. Kapustin turning, shooting it in for the Soviet Union. Back to get it now will be Keuchel. Keuchel against the boards to Hlinka. Hlinka backhanding it to center ice, and Gusev turns. Gusev deep in his own end, feeding it straight up ice for Repnev. To Lebedev for skated against the boards. That's Hlinka. Hlinka trying to feed it up ice for back in his own end. Being forechecked by number 21 for Czechoslovakia, Hlinka. Out to Repnev. Repnev's pass was behind Soviet players. The siren goes to end the first half of the third period. Czechoslovakia leading the Soviet Union 4-2. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV. Play just underway here in the last half of the third period. The puck is loose in front of the Czechoslovakian net. Cleared away Vasiliev at the blue line. Trying to clear it over to this side for Maltsev. That failed to work, and Billy Litvinov had to control it out at center ice. And then he is forced against the boards. Novak is in there along with Stastny. A little bit of the old temper beginning to show. I think temper is just at a raw edge, especially on the part of the Soviet Union, who trail by 2 at this moment.
Billy Litvinov took a little shove, too, from spare goaltender tonight, Zarilla, sitting on the edge of the bench.
Let's take a look now at how this one started. Watch the end of the bench.
Good two-hander there by Billy Litvinov, and then, as you see here, right there, out comes Zarilla's right glove and gives him a little tap.
And right off the face-off, a holding penalty issued by Bruce Hood.
It goes to a very industrious Augusta. He's been all over the ice tonight, working very hard, and again, when you see holding penalties coming, sometimes it's a sign that the players are starting to show the heat, the tired, and the pressure that comes with a game like this.
You know, at the end of each game, the outstanding player is receiving the Carling O'Keefe Award. Also, at the end of this series, for the outstanding individual in each of the 6 teams as part of the Canada Cup, a Toyota Celica GT. And that is quite an award, as we mentioned earlier. From the face-off, the puck is out at center ice now. Czechoslovakia playing with a man advantage, and Novi goes in. He hits the post. Novi again. What a game this forward has had. Makac at center ice, clearing it to the far side. Novi couldn't reach that fast. Back to get it is Babanov. Babanov in the corner. Clearing it ahead for Lebedev. Lebedev at center ice for Kapustin. Kapustin along with Repnev. Kapustin over the line, drops it back to Krikanov. Krikanov turning at the blue line. Drops it into the corner. Kapustin at the side of the net. Trying to clear it out in front. And coming back is Novi, number 6. Certainly an offensive star, perhaps the offensive star. And we'll wait for that, of course, at the end of the game. Puck is in the corner for the Soviet Union. Repnev clearing it out to center ice for Lebedev, and he is checked by Yuri Halleck. Halleck shooting it right back into the Soviet end again. Czechoslovakia playing a man short. Krikanov trying again for the Soviet Union, whose power play has not been what you'd call outstanding in this game. Vikulov over the line, clearing it to Elialentinov. Krikanov at the blue line. His shot deflects off the stick, high into the crowd. And we'll have another face-off about 10 feet inside the Czechoslovakian line.
Great shot here by Novi. Watch him shoot while in stride. He just let go a great wrist shot right off the post, dead center. Half an inch one way or the other, and it's a goal, or it's out. Happened to be just on the wrong side of the post.
Well, these European players like to put names next to their nicknames or give them a little catchphrase. They say he's the European Bobby Clark, which means that A, Europeans know about Bobby Clark, and B, that this guy is a pretty good hockey player, and he's shown it tonight. Play underway as Vikulov gets the pass out over his own line. The Soviet Union with only 13 seconds left in the power play. Clear it in. Going back forward is Keuchel. Alderis checks him. Now comes back to Vasiliev. Good move by Vasiliev, and his shot, and that's blocked by Keuchel. And the puck is cleared out to center ice. Pollock trying to get loose. Vikulov gets it. Vikulov is over the line. He stopped on the play, and Augusta sends it out to center ice. Martinet is onside. Martinet's going in. All alone. Martinet shoots. He scores!
Czechoslovakians, they know what that goal certainly has to mean to them. All of them out on the ice. Great goal. What a move.
Good move, and he managed to watch him as he stays onside on this play.
So hard to do. Come back the other way when you've committed yourself to going around. Outstanding goal. Quick moves. Quick moves. His balance was perfect. Very difficult to do.
Well, we have seen a lot of technical skill in this hockey game, and I suppose we should have expected it. Fine hockey players in both of these countries. Czechoslovakia now has a 5-2 lead. 6:46 remaining in the game. Czechoslovakia inside the Soviet blue line, and the puck clears the glass, and we'll have another face-off.
Certainly no similarities between the game tonight and the game the other night against Team Canada. They certainly look like a different team altogether. They're up for it. When the goal was scored, you saw that bench emptying. That's the sign of a great relief, too.
Saw Martinich there take a little bit of a chop on the side of his head right off that face-off as Kovin now has the puck at center ice over to the far side for Belousov. Belousov back to Kovin. He was tied up by Kalupa. Puck is out in front, and just picking it out of the air and sending it down the ice was Stastny icing the call. Czechoslovakia leading 5-2 with 6:23 left. This is Canada Cup 76 on CTV.
Everywhere.
And of course most of Team Canada here, if not all of it, including the brain trust to the management, to watch this one, and I'm sure if they were overconfident after their easy win over Finland last night, they are nothing like that right now. Gusev at the blue line. Here's Gusev's shot, a screen shot. Holacek with a good save. He's down again. Makes the save again. They score. Colbean finally picked it out of the air.
The goal's going to count. There was some doubt. A high stick. Bruce Hood waved it off. He said yes to the goal.
And I think it was actually not a high stick, and you're going to see it, I think, here. Watch. Good save by Holacek.
Look at him hold the puck. Up goes the arm. He actually made a stop on it, and he did knock it down, but it was below his shoulders. Great original save.
Actually made two saves there. Here's the first one. The backhand shot. And then the goal by Colbean.
Well, the Soviet Union, back 5-2, knew they have to open up. They're going to have to put a lot of pressure on, and in opening up, we'll have to see whether or not Czechoslovakia will take advantage of it.
Czechoslovakia now. Holenka at center ice trying to control it. Belousov over to Skvortsov. Skvortsov ducks by a check. Here's his shot. The loose puck on the rebound. And Holenka is down. The puck, or at least Holacek is down. The puck goes into the corner. Cleared out to center ice. Stastny can't get loose. Bubla. He just missed a check from Colbean, and Gusev has it. Gusev to Belousov. Belousov to the line. Tries to get through the defense, and nobody will let him get skating room. The puck goes behind the net. And now it's Holek. To Holenka. Holenka over the line. Trying to feed it back. Here's Stastny shooting, and it went off a leg wide. Against the boards, the Soviet Union. Gusev out to center ice for Colbean. He couldn't control. Bubla has it. Bubla over the line. The pass was intended for Holek. Cleared right back out again. Holek, that's a good hit there on the Soviet player. And the puck is cleared back into the Soviet zone. Keichel. Keichel against the boards along with Gusev. They hold it in. And the face-off will be deep in the Soviet end. That goal, Colbean from Skvortsov and Gusev with 13:59 to close the gap to 5-3. 4:56 remaining in the game. And as we've said earlier and many times during this telecast, the Soviets are explosive. Don't give them any room. Czechoslovakia has been fairly effective in that department. That has been the key to their game. And they keep it up. Martinez against the boards, checked by Kapustin. Behind the net for Babanov. Babanov starting out. There's it out over the blue line. Knocking it down out there is Repnev. He's checked by Stastny. Now turning with it is Babanov. He tried to set up Kapustin. It went right by him, and Kalupa, as he touched it, is called on the icing. And we'll have another face-off.
Shots for the period so far are 6-3 in favor of the Soviets. Shows that they certainly know what they have to do, and they're going to do it. They've not that they're going to win. I'm not saying that. They've come out. They've played harder. They're forcing the play. They're getting chances. They're making the Czechoslovakians do some things they didn't do earlier in the game.
On the face-off, Kapustin out at center ice. He couldn't control it. Novi getting by the check, but he just couldn't completely control the puck, and Babanov got it back out to center ice. Now back to get it. For Soviet Union is Repnev. Ahead for Kapustin. Kapustin at center ice. It's the line. Kapustin, good move, but picking it up is Pospisil. He sends Novi away. Novi trying to get loose. And back to check him. There's Krikanov. They go in against the boards. Still in there. Augusta now being pinned against the boards, and it's called for a face-off with 3:46 left.
A lot of second hits now. Soviet Union, Gusev earlier. Referee not looking. Gave Martinek a little extra shove, and we see it there in the corner. The puck is frozen. Players are piling in, pounding a little at each other. Signs of pressure. Soviet Union down 2 goals with just about a little under 4 minutes to play.
Saw a shot there of the Czechoslovakian bench. A little anxiety, but they still have a 2-goal lead with 3:46 left. On the face-off, Nikolov out of his own end to Belousov on the far side to Balderas. Balderas over the line along with Maltsev. Maltsev couldn't pick up that puck. Stastny, Marian Stastny over the line, trying to get it over for Holenka. Stastny against the boards. Bubla gets it to Stastny, clearing it in front, and nobody there. Holenka. Holenka is taking a shot from a bad angle, gets the puck again. Shot hit the side of the net with a post. Bubla moving in. And the Soviets start back, but that pass was wide. Maltsev couldn't receive it. And Holinka at center ice. Sending it back into his own end for Hollick. Hollick to Holinka. Back to Bubla. Czechoslovakia now starting to sit back a bit with 3:02 remaining. And Holinka had trouble with the puck. A little dangerous. Out at center ice now. Hollick shooting it in to Martinets, and that was offside with 2:53 left.
Certainly is a demand on the conditioning. These athletes are in superb condition. It's showing here. The play hasn't really sagged that much. I've been looking for that. It hasn't sagged. They keep coming on at each other. They're still hitting, skating.
Out of the Soviet bench. And they are not exactly happy at this moment. They said that they felt, at least publicly, they said that they felt that this was only a warm-up for the World Tournament. But looks on the faces indicates that it may mean a little more than that. Gusev going back into his own end for the puck. Skates behind the net, fires it off the boards. Dvorak at center ice, bangs it off the boards, and Novak has it. Novak to Martinets over the line. Martinets stops, takes a shot. He's wide of the net. Gusev to Luchenko. Luchenko's attempted pass went off a leg. Kalupa just leaves it for Martinets. His pass went off Luchenko's stick. Stastny for Martinets. He just couldn't reach it. Martinets going into the corner, being checked by Gusev. Clears it in front of the net, and Novak just couldn't reach that one. And Gusev starts out. Gusev at center ice, 4 sports off. Martinets just took that away, and Novak going in now. Novak with 2 minutes remaining in the game. Novak goes behind the net. He's being checked there by Luchenko. Luchenko comes up with it. The pass to Gusev. At center ice, Schwarzkopf. Kovin trying to split the defense, and no room there as both Novi and Dvorak took him out of the play. And we'll have a face-off.
Novak heads for the bench. He took a stick in the face, down in the corner, being checked. See him on the bench now. I think he's bleeding a little.
Saw an earlier shot there of Martinets. A bit of tape over his nose. The game has taken its toll, and they call cuts and bruises. Shots on goal at this moment, 30-18, favor the Czechoslovakians. Here's the attempt to split the defense, and did a good job on him.
Certainly barred the door. 3 players had him.
Pospisil from the faceoff, the team captain for Czechoslovakia, sending it out to center ice. Novi goes down. Babanov back in his own end with 1:30 remaining. Ahead for Kapustin, 5-3. Czechoslovakia leading as the puck is cleared in. Holacek or Makac. Makac off the boards. Krikanov knocks it down at the blue line. They clear it in front of the net. It's loose there. It comes out to the blue line. Babanov moving in. His shot. Here's Kapustin getting set. He tried a shot, and the pass with a shot went off a leg and comes to center ice. Here's Peter Stastny over the line. Stastny getting set, drops it back to Novi, and Novi shot wide. A weak shot at that. Now the Soviets coming back again. 1 minute remaining. Puck is cleared in. Hollick behind his own net. Stops. Repnev in there forechecking. Along the boards. Makac at center ice. Makac passing. Over the line is Hollick. Hollick trying to break in on that net. He does, and down he goes along with Tretiak. The loose puck comes loose to Shalamov. Shalamov at center ice to Vasiliev. He shoots it in. Holacek hanging on to it as players start to break in on him, namely Kapustin. We'll have a face-off deep in the Czechoslovakian end with 31 seconds remaining.
Great move. Watch this. Talk about determination. He's still going for another goal. Great action at the net. Great stop. Tretiak had to stay in there, make them play on the puck before he knew he was going to get hit.
Both of them showing courage on that one as Bubla from behind his own net. 28 seconds left now. Czechoslovakia leading 5-3, and it's cleared down the ice. It'll be interesting to see who the outstanding players of this game will be. The Carling of Keefe Award winners. That's coming up right after the game. Mikulov at center ice, trying to get in over the line. Bubla picking it up, tearing it off the boards. Stastny, the countdown on now, 5-4. Stastny gets it, takes the long shot, and the game is over. Czechoslovakia has beaten the Soviet Union again, and they have not lost to the Soviet Union since the Olympic Games. And that includes 2 games in the World Championship, one of them a tie. And now tonight, the final score, Czechoslovakia 5, the Soviet Union 3. And the teams will line up at the blue line for the presentations of the Motor Awards. And Eddie, summing it up, I think we have to look at one, Novi, a fine game of effort. They let down a couple of times, but when you sum